Welcome to Section B, Exercise 20 and What Can I Paint Next art course. We're back with SHIS, statement, hook, immersion and subject. And this time we're going to be looking at still life to go with it. This last weekend I had a go at axe throwing, and it's axe throwing that I'm going to use as a subject of this exercise. I wanted to look at the way that traditional crafts, traditional methods of doing things are actually being used as entertainment nowadays. You can go and make axes, you can go and make tools, you can go and make swords, you can go and make pots on pottery courses, all sorts of things that were actually practical things. You can go and do archery, you can go and throw axes, and it's that link between the past and the present and how we look back on techniques for doing things, and also we use these techniques as entertainment. In this particular exercise, what we're going to be doing is the hook and the immersion. We're going to be moving on from doing materials in the hook that we did in the figure. This time we're going to be looking at looking at fundamentals for the hook. And with the axe throwing, what I'm going to choose is shape. It's the shape of those concentric circles, the pattern of the concentric circles on the target is going to be my hook to get people to look at the picture. And then once they look in, they'll be able to see everything else in it. So in this exercise we're using fundamentals as a hook. In the next one we'll use concept as a hook. With all that in mind, I'm going to get on and do the planning sheet. Section B, Exercise 20 Planning Sheet. My statement, how we use old techniques as entertainment in the modern world. The hook. The hook on this one is going to be part of the fundamentals, which is what I've set out as an explanation in the course notes. Fundamentals, and I'm going to use concentric circles of the target. So that will be shape. I'll put shape in brackets. And the immersion in this one, once you actually get in, it's going to be partly the concept of the branches around the outside and partly materials, because there's going to be how I use the acrylics as well, textures. I know fundamentals has got texture in it, so it is partly that, but it's how I'm going to be using the materials. Using materials with stamps and layering, and the concept, the symbolism of the branches in the background, because I'm thinking of using something like oak, ash and thorn, blackthorn branches in the background to sort of take it back to belief systems going back in history. And the subject is axe in a target board with woodland branches behind it. So that's my planning sheet done. I think what I am going to do is I'm just going to have a look at doing a couple of sketches, like a tone one, colour one, and just a composition just to get where I'm going right. So I'll do some sketching on the next page. I'll get on with that then. See you in a bit. I'm going to do the split again because it just makes sense to do smaller versions of it. This is the sort of dimensions I'm going to be working on. This is the sort of image I have, and then I'll have all the branches and stuff in the background, and that's going sideways. Or do I have it more centralized? And you see, if I do that, then the axe disappears. You can't tell it's an axe then. I think I need to do that like 45-degree in, so that I can tell it's an axe, and I can also tell it's a target, because straight on I won't be able to tell it's an axe, and sideways I'll be able to tell it's an axe, but I won't be able to see the target. So yeah, halfway on, and it's going to have little chips and things in it. And I was thinking oak, ash and thorn. So if I have the oak in the background, and then an ash, and then do the thorn, because then I can show it's got the thorns on. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a dark background, so that that shape really stands out. The leaves are going to be flowing down with the axe. The branches are going to go down that way. So you can see how the shape of those concentric circles acts as a hook to the eye. What I'm also going to do on this page is I'm going to do some little drawings of the leaves of oaks and ash and blackthorn, just to get my head round the structure of those trees. Yeah. Right, I've got an idea of where I'm going now. Brilliant. Right, I'll get on with the painting. See you in a bit. And here it is, the painting for exercise 20. It's quite a simple one, using the hook of the concentric circles. I think it works okay as actually as a hook to get people to look at it. And the idea behind it, the 3 different types of trees, the oak, the ash. I've used blackthorn. I think Kipling, when he originally wrote the words, was thinking hawthorn. Those 3, the oak, the ash and hawthorn, are the 3 trees that are usually put together. But the hawthorn leaves are very similar to oak leaves in shape, and I wanted something completely different, so I've gone blackthorn, and I quite like the meaning behind blackthorn anyway. So, and it certainly fits in better with throwing axes. And that whole idea of the traditional mixing with the modern, and an old traditional skill that's been around for thousands of years actually being used as entertainment in a modern city, I think was deserving of a little bit of a reminder. So that's exercise 20. Exercise 21, which is the final exercise of section B, is going to be using shis on landscape. Statement, hook, immersion and subject. So that will be in exercise 21. So thanks very much for sticking with it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.